Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, we will take a look at some new price targets after Bitcoin sold off to 31,000 and then actually had a decent bounce up. Now the question we need to ask is, was this just a dead cat bounce, or is the price just taking a pause before it gets ready to swing even higher? So let's jump over to the charts and take a look at some new price targets. All right, so we'll start with the 4-hour chart on Binance for Bitcoin USDT. And in the last video, we had just had this bounce happen and the price was just starting to recover. And I was looking for the price to get a decent bounce or perhaps continue to sell off. Well, we did get the bounce. Now we have to wonder, was this just a dead cat bounce before we rolled over and continued to sell off even lower? But with that being said, we could see this actually just consolidating before it's ready to swing higher. Now, something we were watching previously was this triangle pattern, and it was playing out pretty much perfectly, and we knew that the price action was bound to break out either up or down. However, since the trend was a downward trend, the probability was it would break down, which it did. Now, what's interesting is after the bounce, we did reject once again from this upper trend line, and thereby continuing this lower high pattern. And right now the price action is headed back towards the lower trend line, and it will be interesting to see whether we bounce here or we break through this lower trend line. We've already gone below the 9 EMA, which is the purple line, and the price action is about to go below the 20 EMA. If this candle, which is a 4-hour candle and still has 3.5 hours to go, but if this candle does continue to proceed down and close below both EMAs and this trend line, I will be taking a short position with a very tight stop loss, as this price action may indeed swing right back up. And so it would make sense for it to retrace a little bit and then perhaps bounce back up. So the EMAs, this trend line, and if I go back and check my 6 where it previously broke through the trend line, that level would be very interesting to me as well. So that's around the 35,000 level. So I'll drop in a line at 35,000. And before jumping into a short, you might want to wait and see if this price action actually breaches the 35,000 level, which when it did here, we definitely saw the sell-off. And so if it did it again, more than likely it would continue to sell off. So you could wait for the breach of 35,000 before you entered a short. And on the flip side, if this trend line or 35,000 acts as support and we start to get a bounce back up, you might start looking for a long position. However, I would not be willing to take a long position until the price action can actually breach this downward trend line and probably more than likely actually get above 39,000 or maybe even 40,500. And I would rather trade with the trend at the moment, because nothing is actually showing me that the bulls are interested in getting involved in this battle for the long term and hold this price up. When they get involved, it's for short-term pumps, and then we get a sell-off. And so that has been the pattern lately. If I was looking for an opportunity to get long, it might be on a bounce off of this 31,000 or 30,000 level, as the bulls do seem to get involved there. I might ride on the back of the bulls up for a little bit of profit. But right now, the bears are in control of the battlefield, and I will be trading on their side rather than on the bulls. So to quickly recap, I would more than likely be looking to go short if this price action continues down and breaches this lower trend line, gets below both the 9 and the 20 EMAs, and perhaps even breach the 35,000 level. Now, I will probably get involved even if it doesn't breach the 35,000 level, but I will have a very tight stop loss. And another form of confirmation you could look at would be the RSI. And in this case, if the RSI actually crosses below the 40 level, that would add more credence to this trade. Now, on the flip side, if we actually bounce off of this lower trend line or even the 35,000 level and the price starts to head back up, I would consider a long position, but I would need some type of confirmation that the bulls are actually interested in engaging in this battle for the long run. And that would look like a close above this trend line, which we clearly have had a problem closing above. And the price would need to close above the EMAs, which it has accomplished each time it approached the trend line, so I don't foresee that as an issue. Obviously, I would want to see the RSI above the 40 level, and again, it seems to do that each time it approaches the trend line, only to get rejected and sell off once again. And so in reality, I probably wouldn't be getting long unless we get above one of these previous levels, maybe the 40,500 level. If we can break above that, then we might be able to look at a long position. The other option for a long position would be is if this price action does actually break all the way down to 31,000 and then get a bounce up. Then I might take a short-term long position just to take advantage of that bounce. So some of the price levels I'm looking at will obviously be 35,000 to either be breached or hold. And if it doesn't hold, then I'm looking at 31,000 to hold. If that does not hold, then we're headed back towards 30,000, which, if we look back and check our 6, has been pretty strong support in the past. But with that being said, if it fails to hold the line, then we're headed down to 27,000. Or, as I've said in the past, 22,000. Now, if the bulls are able to keep this from breaking down and get it to swing higher, then I'm looking at 40,500. 42,500 as that was where we broke down after the bounce from 30,000. After that, then we're probably looking at around 45 or 46,000, 50,000, and 51,005. But really, until we can get above this 40,000 to 43,000 level, I'm not targeting any of these higher prices. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to jump on here because I did find it interesting that we rejected once again from the triangle pattern we were watching previously, and I will be interested to see if it holds as support and we get to move up, or this ends up being a dead cat bounce from 31,000 and we end up selling right back off to the 31,000 level or perhaps lower. Now, I will keep you updated with future videos, so now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop those down in the comment section down below. And remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.